Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I'm really excited for today's video. I got my hands on a mold that I've wanted for a very long time. That being the 4.4-inch Dangler by Hog Salad Molds. So for those of you that have been around the channel for a while, you've seen me make my own bladed jigs for a while now. Now, I have went through every variation of bladed jig that I could possibly think of. I played around with head styles, blade shapes, the actual clip, the snap that goes onto it, and I've gotten what I have kind of narrowed down to the absolute best bladed jig. Now, the one area of bladed jig fishing that is I've always just kind of wanted a little bit more is the trailer. I have boxes of store-bought trailers that I have played around with. I've made my own trailers with the Zaco mold and then like a fluke style mold. And those baits work great. I've caught a lot of fish on them, but I've always just wanted a little bit more. That is until now. This mold right here for this 4.4-inch Dangler is absolutely incredible on the back of a bladed jig. I got this mold in on a Friday. I threw some baits together with just some remelt I had laying around, went out on Saturday, and immediately started catching fish. The action on this thing on the back of a bladed jig is second to none. It is, I truly believe, the best bladed jig trailer that you can get. And as you all know, with fishing lures in general, there are a million color options in everything. And every once in a while you're going to come across a color that just really catches your eye for whatever reason. Sometimes it's a cool flashy color, sometimes it's just kind of a normal color. That color for me is Tennessee Shad. I don't know what it is about Tennessee Shad that it just draws me in, but I absolutely love that color. So today I'm going to show you guys how I make my Tennessee Shad with a little bit of a twist, which I think sets it off just a little bit better. So let's get over here and I'll show you how. So for the top color, we're going with MF Olive, and we're going to go to 60 drops, and this is 3/4 of a cup of plastic. So there we've got our 60 drops of olive. And I feel like this is the perfect color for the back of Tennessee Shad. But what we like to do just to set it off and make it a little bit better. So I used to use gold highlight powder, but now I use Gold Member from 8-Bit Baits. And I do that because highlight powder, when you add the powder, it almost lightens the color just a little bit, and I want it to stay this exact shade. Well, with these hollow shift powders, being that they are transparent, it doesn't affect the color, but you still get that kind of gold highlight effect that you're looking for. So I'm going to go with a 1/32 teaspoon of Gold Member. Get this all stirred in. And it adds just that little bit of flair to the top color on this, which is just absolutely perfect for the Tennessee Shad color. And that is it. It's a super simple color for the back. And now let's grab our belly color. And for our belly color, or lack of color, I guess you could say, I am only adding silver. Now, I like the 0.025 size. I don't use the small or the large. I feel like this 0.025 is the perfect size. And we're just going with a heaping 1/8 teaspoon of that. We'll get all that stirred in. And that is it, folks. It's that simple for this color, and it looks incredible. So let's get our temperatures even, inject this mold, and we'll check it out. One thing to make note of on this mold before we inject, it does have a top and bottom side, which they have very conveniently etched onto the mold. That way you don't get confused on your top and your bottom colors. We're ready to check this out, And demolding this is actually pretty convenient because they always come out on the top side. So there you can see that nice clear belly with the silver flake. And then that olive top with that little touch of gold. Just absolutely incredible. Here's a nice close-up look of that bait. Like I said, guys, I don't know what it is about this color, but every time I see Tennessee Shad in a bait, doesn't matter what kind of bait, just there's something about it that just really draws me in. As you can see in that top color, that gold member, just adding that little bit of sparkle just really sets this color off. Like I said, I used to make it with gold highlight, but then once I started using these 8-bit baits hollow shifts, I've replaced a lot of my highlight powders with these. As you guys can see, this bait laminates perfect all the way through the tail. All those ribs fill out completely. I have been extremely impressed with this mold. The other thing I want to make note of with this mold, the amount of plastic that it uses is way less than I thought. I thought it would be a little bit more plastic consuming, but it's not. So as you guys saw, I had 3/4 of a cup in the top color and the belly color, and I could probably remelt and inject this mold 3 times with that amount of plastic. But yes, I have been extremely impressed with this mold. The action of it on the back of a bladed jig is just outstanding. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to do a little bonus color for you guys while I have everything out. We're going to go with Dark Watermelon from MF, and as you guys know, you can just kind of pour that in. It remains translucent. But I figured while I got the molds and everything out, this is a new mold to me, so I need to make some of my favorite colors that I'm going to be using. Alright, I think we're good there. Now we're going to go back to our hollow shift powders. We're going to go with Sylvanus. Again, 1/32 of a teaspoon of that. Alright, and then for flake, so I've been using this True Blue from Bait Plastics, and it is probably my favorite blue colored flake. I'm going to use my 1/8 teaspoon, but I'm going to go with 2 scoops of that. And then we're going to go with 1 scoop of the small black, just for a little bit of texture. Get these all stirred in. What I love about the blue flake and these watermelon colors is it almost looks like a color shift. The watermelon will make the flake look green in some lights and then remain blue in others. So there we go, we're looking good. We're gonna get all this powder and everything stirred in, and then we'll check these out. And here's a little look at our bonus baits. So as you can see here, look right across the top. It looks like blue and green flake. That is just blue flake. When you add blue flake, I notice it more in watermelon based colors than I do green pumpkins, but it definitely gives that color shift effect, but it's just one flake. What I love about this color is it stays translucent. So what that does is as you get closer to the back of the tail, it almost gets brighter and almost gives that like chartreuse tail effect, but absolutely incredible. You can see that hollow shift playing off of there. Awesome little baits. I throw this color on the back of green pumpkin and watermelon colored bladed jigs. It is a fantastic color. Let me know what you think. So there you go, guys. There's a look at the new mold. It is not a new mold. It is just new to me. So some of you have probably seen it before, but I cannot express enough how good this looks on the back of a bladed jig. I am going to try to get better action footage of it later on. The wind out here has been absolutely ridiculous. So with the ripples on the water, it's almost impossible to see it, but I will get some more action clips later on. Now, Tennessee Shad, as you guys now know, is my color. Like every time I see that color, I am drawn to it. Don't know what it is about it. There's really not, you see it's super simple to make, but that is the color that just really draws me in. And I want to know, what is that color for you? Leave a comment down below with what color really just grabs your attention. And who knows, maybe we'll make a video showing you guys how to make it. And as with all the videos, I will leave everything that we used linked down below. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.